We are now on day 94 of the serious military standoff between India and China. Things were triggered initially by a big brawl that took place between troops in the Pangong Tso sector. But the true reason for China's irritation, anger and hostile action was actually the fact that India was building a major highway that connects southern Ladakh to northern Ladakh, a crucial access way that is vital for the Indian army to be able to defend Indian territory. So far, you've only seen reports about the DS-DBO highway. And now India today has become the first channel to visit and report from the Durbuk-DBO highway in Ladakh. This is a big national exclusive by India Today's Gaurav Sawant.
Hello and welcome to an India Today special broadcast that comes to you from an altitude of 14,100 feet. We are at Durbuk. This is the start point of the crucial Durbuk-Shyok-Daulat Beg Oldie Road. Now, DBO is about 255 kilometers from where we are at this point of time. And this road all across for the next 255 kilometers is a crucial artery for the Indian Armed Forces deployed here. Over the course of the next half hour, we will show you how the mountain tamers have literally split mountains to carve a road for our braves to reach the Karakoram Pass, the last post of the Indian Army in Ladakh. Daulat Beg Oldie is 255 kilometers from here, and we are in the sector of the Karakoram warriors. India Today became the first channel in the world to travel on the 255-kilometer long strategic road that runs parallel to the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh. This crucial road, built by engineers of the Border Roads Organization, is seen as an engineering marvel. Brigadier Singh, why is this road a game changer?
The road Durbuk-Shyok-Daulat Beg Oldie is one of the most strategic roads of the Indian Army. It connects Daulat Beg Oldie, which is the last post of the Indian Army, and it's at the base of the Karakoram Pass. This 255-kilometer strategic roads runs parallel to the LAC, and it increases the India's defense potential manifold. Earlier, it used to take around 7 days to reach Daulat Beg Oldie. Now with construction of this road, we are able to reach Daulat Beg Oldie in 1 day from Leh also.
Earlier, it took soldiers almost a week to reach Daulat Beg Oldie, which was either an air-maintained location or army trucks waded through the Shyok River and multiple other rivulets and nalas to reach DBO at an altitude of approximately 17,000 feet.
We are currently working at 40-meter span bridge, which is a 70R load classification, and it has 2 lanes. And after its construction, any type of vehicle can cross it, and it will be completed as soon as possible. As you can see, there is a casting of deck slab is ongoing.
The Border Roads Organization is in the process of constructing more than 35 bridges all along the 255-kilometer long strategic road to enable fast induction of troops and all-weather and season casualty evacuation.
This 255-kilometer long road runs parallel to the LAC. So any road which goes parallel to the LAC has its own importance, and it is touching the Karakoram Pass, very close to the Karakoram Pass, our airstrip of the DBO.
We are on the DS-DBO road, and this stretch is so good that if you look at the speedometer, we are doing 100 kilometers per hour and this truly makes the DSDBO road a game changer. Carving a road and cutting hard mountains has at times been described as mission impossible. But the Border Roads Organization has been described as mountain tamers to have successfully achieved this aim.
We have to have those heavy kind of an equipment, and after doing drilling for 4 to 5 rounds of drilling and blasting, and we used to get a 5 meters of progress every day. So now we have got additional equipments, and we had to cut these kind of features what you see in the surrounding areas.
Giant excavators perched at virtual steep mountainside, slicing through the mountain to carve out a track.
So initially we were facing some difficulty in terms that the daily progress, because we had hit the hard rock strata from both the edges, and therefore the overall progress was getting reduced, and we were getting about 3 meters per day. So therefore then we had asked for some advanced machines, latest machines, and our department has provided us with the latest imported machines. These are the heavy rock drill machine, and as you can see, this machine it has enhanced our total output by many folds.
Border Roads Organization has now imported a machine from Europe called Spider that can cut through the mountain at seemingly impossible angles. On the Durbuk-Shyok-Daulat Beg Oldie Road, this village Shyok is the last village where people stay. Beyond this, there is no habitation because of the extreme high altitude and difficult terrain. Locals here help the Border Roads Organization in road construction. The journey ahead is extremely tough. This terrain here is at times described as moon surface, hard rock and rarefied atmosphere. The drive to Daulat Beg Oldie takes us along the Shyok River, which in Spate has been described as the river of sorrow, given the large number of deaths of those who tried to cross her in Spate along the ancient Silk Route. And that is why this bridge at kilometer 150 is a game changer. It enables all-weather movement of our soldiers. Major Daulat, ये bridge इतना unique क्यों है?
सबसे खासियत बात इस ब्रिज की कि ये 1400 फीट लॉन्ग ब्रिज, परमानेंट ब्रिज है जो यहाँ पे कंस्ट्रक्ट किया गया था, एंड इसकी यूनिक खासियत ये है कि इट हैज बीन यूज्ड, माइक्रोपाइलिंग टेक्निक हैज बीन यूज्ड इसको खड़ा करने के लिए. द ब्रिज हैज 9 पियर्स एंड 2 अबटमेंट्स, एंड जो पियर्स है इसके और जो अबटमेंट्स है, दे आर रेस्टिंग ऑन माइक्रोपाइल्स, एंड दैट इज हाउ द सबस्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दिस ब्रिज हैज बीन कंस्ट्रक्टेड.
This 1,400 meter long bridge is an engineering marvel. This iron bridge at an altitude of 14,600 feet is a reflection of India's iron will that border infrastructure will continue in border areas.
Despite the lockdown restrictions, we were able to get the construction materials, the technology, the equipment, all in place. Because most of our construction is departmental in nature. We do, no construction agency does for us. The Border Road does it on their own. So whatever we had planned 6 to 8 months back, we are sticking to it. We will be able to complete our targets before the winter set in. And in spite of the standoff and all, it is not affected or degraded our resolve to achieve our targets.
The toughest part of the journey begins beyond the bridge, where to enable quick induction of artillery and armor, the Border Roads Organization is carving out another access to DBO, one with a gentler gradient.
देखिए, पहले से ही यहाँ पर डीएसडीबीओ रोड का एक अलाइनमेंट मौजूद है और पहले से लिंक एस्टेब्लिश्ड है, लेकिन यहाँ पर ग्रेडियंट बहुत ज्यादा है जिससे बड़ी गाड़ियों को चढ़ने में दिक्कत होती है. और राइड क्वालिटी को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए और गाड़ियों को आसानी से ऊंचाई वाले एरिया में ले जाने के लिए हम ये रिअलाइनमेंट बना रहे हैं, जिससे बड़ी से बड़ी गाड़ी आसानी से ऊंचाई वाले एरिया में जा सकती है।
Road and bridge construction here at altitudes between 16,000 and 18,000 feet above sea level is a true test of grit, determination and willpower of man and the machine working far beyond its endurance. Major Anand, how difficult is it to work here? What altitude are we at this point of time?
Firstly, I'm so proud to be Officer Commanding of the world's highest RCC location. We are exactly at 18,233 feet, which is coincidentally the highest point in the DSDBO road. As you can see, it is so windy and all we get is 4 months to work. That is June, July, August and September. That also from say 9 o'clock in the morning to about 4 o'clock in the evening. The temperature goes so down that this material which comes, it should come at about 140 degrees. It comes here at about 120 degrees and then be laid here. In case we do not achieve the required density and the temperatures, the laying is not going to be proper. And this road is going to be for posterity. So that is why we try and achieve everything that is possible in these 4 months.
And constructing roads and bridges at these altitudes is truly a crusade. And the use of latest technology like the CTB or cementless-based road construction method. High altitude roads in Europe are made pulverizing cement and rock together to make it withstand extreme weather and altitude.
We have spread the cement over here along with admixture, which is a patented product. And then we are carrying out the pulverization and homogenization of this thing so that it all mixes up well together. And then we are carrying out its rolling.
And this is where labor from Dumka in Jharkhand are truly emerging as nation builders. This simple yet hardy labor force works against all odds in extremely rarefied atmosphere to build a strong nation.
झारखंड से आए हैं सर।
झारखंड से
दुमका डिस्ट्रिक्ट।
दुमका से आए हैं
जी सर।
आप?
हम झारखंड से आए हैं। मेरा नाम है हवल धीवर।
हवल
धीवर।
और आप भी दुमका से आए?
दुमका से आए।
कितने लोग हैं यहाँ दुमका से?
51 है सर।
51 लोग हैं।
जी सर।
तो हम लोग 16,000 फीट की ऊंचाई पर है। यहाँ ठंड है।
हाँ।
ठंड नहीं लग रही?
ठंड थोड़ा बहुत लग रही है।
हाँ। तो कैसे काम करते हैं यहाँ पर?
ये कपड़ा लगा के पहनते, थोड़ा जैकेट उकेट लगा के।
कब से आ रहे हैं?
हम लोग हो गया 10-12 साल से।
10-12 साल से आ रहे हैं?
जी सर। जी सर।
झारखंड से?
जी
दुमका
सर।
से?
जी सर।
हर साल?
हर साल।
कितने दिन के लिए?
ये 4-5 महीना के लिए।
The Border Roads Organization is constructing 61 strategic India-China border roads, and of 3,417 kilometers so far, 2,350 kilometers have already been completed. The task now is improving the quality of these roads to ensure our soldiers and weapons are able to deploy quickly and in all weather round the year. The DSDBO road is a very crucial strategic road along the line of actual control that ensures men and material can quickly be deployed as and when needed in whichever part of the area. Our journey that began at 14,500 feet at Durbuk now ends at this point at Daulat Beg Oldie after 255 kilometers. But for the Border Roads Organization, the Army and the government, infrastructure development projects will continue in Ladakh to ensure better protection of our borders and development of the region. With cameraman Kripal Singh at Daulat Beg Oldie, Eastern Ladakh, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
That incredible report was the work after reporting in Ladakh for over a week by India Today's senior executive editor Gaurav Sawant. Remember, many reporters have reported from Leh, Many reporters have visited there and, sent, pretty shallow reports. But Gaurav Sawant and the rest of India Today's crews and reporters have access to the actual project site. We're reporting from the very road that China objected to. No other reporter has been there, and that's why this is a national exclusive. Gaurav, you met not just with the officers overseeing the project, but also the army men who will use that highway, and very importantly, the labor from far-flung areas, including Jharkhand and elsewhere, who've risked their lives to be there in those freezing temperatures to finish this project. What incredibly brave men, Gaurav, to be doing this at a time of intense provocation, not very far away.
Shiv, you've hit the nail on its head. It indeed is a privilege for me to have been able to report from the DSDBO road and see the work of our braves at the line of actual control and, of course, those engaged in the task of protecting our borders and building these roads. And Shiv, their task continues. Their task isn't over because the challenge remains. The biggest task for the Border Roads Organization will be to ensure that this road is kept open since India is here for the long haul. And that is why separate access roads with gentler gradients are being made to quickly move men and material and all-weather casualty evacuation when we are here through these winters. So some of the strategic roads that are being made, Shiv, will be touching altitudes above 18,000 feet in other parts of Ladakh, including 19,000 feet at Umlingla to get to Demchok in the southern part of Ladakh. This is a huge challenge. 61 strategic India-China border roads, and that is the top focus of the Narendra Modi government to ensure that our borders are better protected and we are not deterred by the adversary trying to bully India.
Yes.
India refuses to be bullied, Shiv.
Nearly 17,000 feet in altitude. One can only imagine what it's like to operate at those altitudes, that kind of rarefied atmosphere and those low temperatures. Gaurav, like you rightly pointed out in this amazing report, it's not just about finishing the project, but ensuring this highway is open 365 days a year, because that is the entire point of having all-weather access to the subsector north. When will the road finally be ready in all respects, Gaurav?
Shiv, the hope is that by end of the year, this road is complete as far as those gentle gradients are concerned, as far as widening the road is concerned. And the effort is to ensure the entire 255-kilometer stretch is a blacktop road or a cementous road to ensure that even, God forbid, if there is a landslide or some part of the road is destroyed, it's immediately built up or there is an alternate access. So there's work that's also on currently on the alternate access. And Shiv, strategically, you know this area like the back of your hand. This area is extremely sensitive because this is the area where China and Pakistan, we share a border with both the countries, the line of control and the line of actual control with both countries. And that is why activation of the Daulat Beg Oldie Advanced Landing Ground, apart from 1962, 2008, 2013, and in times to come, will be extremely crucial. Air maintained and now ground maintained, Shiv.
India Today salutes each and every army personnel, Border Roads Organization personnel, their families, the labor staff who've come from Jharkhand and elsewhere to aid in the building of a national highway project in Ladakh to give India's security forces crucial access to the north. Keep all of those people in your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. They are true warriors and true heroes to be functioning over there and building it, and it has been our privilege to bring you that report. Gaurav, congratulations on gaining first and exclusive access to the DSDBO highway. You'll see Gaurav's full report at 8 p.m. and then again at 10:30 p.m. right here on India Today, the only reporter to gain access to the very place that sparked the standoff that everyone else is reporting on at this time. Gaurav, thank you very much for that. Meanwhile, concerning the standoff itself, the Ministry of Defense has officially acknowledged, perhaps inadvertently, that Chinese troops have actually transgressed across the line of actual control. The report that was part of a document that was uploaded onto the MOD's website was quickly yanked from the website once the media got wind of it. So what does this actually mean? Remember, India Today has been reporting from day one that transgressions have been taking place, but the Ministry of Defense and government are doing so for the first time. 93 days since the standoff began, after the government continuously dismissed allegations of incursions by China in Ladakh.
लेकिन मैं इतना यकीन दिलाना चाहता हूं कि भारत की 1 इंच जमीन को भी दुनिया की कोई ताकत छू नहीं सकती है, उस पर कब्जा नहीं कर सकती।
The Ministry of Defense under Rajnath Singh has gone on record admitting the truth. The truth that India has set the news agenda, reporting from day one. The Defense Ministry uploaded a note on its website talking about the prolonged standoff and describing the Chinese aggression as transgressions for the very first time. That's right, the very first time that the government has practically admitted that this isn't just aggression but actual transgression. The note mentions the transgressions in detail and even notes the locations, concluding that the standoff will take a while to dial down. Making the admission more glaring, the note was yanked down from the MOD website just minutes after it came to light in the media. But by then, it was too late. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, who has led a serial video attack on the China issue, latched on to media reports, asking in a tweet, why is the PM lying?
जो हमारे डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री ने आज भी जो विड्रॉ करा है लिखने के बाद में, उसके अंदर भी उन्होंने ये कहा है कि द प्रेजेंट स्टैंड ऑफ इज लाइकली टू बी प्रोलॉन्ग। तो कितना प्रोलॉन्ग होगा, क्या इसका रास्ता है, क्या इसके लिए आगे की तैयारी है?
Chinese intrusions are often loosely referred to as transgressions, a word that's defined in the dictionary as the act or process of breaking a law or moral rule. It's also defined as infringement or violation of law, command or duty. Coming to the Ministry of Defense note, it says Chinese aggression has been increasing along the LAC and more particularly in the Galwan Valley since the 5th of May. Chinese transgressed in areas of the Kungrang Nala, Gogra and Pangong So on May 17th and 18th. And that the situation in eastern Ladakh continues to be sensitive and requires close monitoring and prompt action. Amidst all the friction, the disengagement seems to be fully stalled as first reported last week by India Today. After refusing to even acknowledge Pangong So as a friction point, China's ultimatum that any pullback must be matched by an Indian pullback on its own soil has made the situation even worse than before, with India fully standing its ground.
If due to any reason China is unable to pull back, whether it is to assuage the pain of the Galwan incident to the PLA, or is it to show some face to its own citizens, they are more than welcome to stick to their guns, and we'll stick to our guns for the time being. And when it becomes untenable for them, we should be ready to occupy the places which we seek.
In the initial phase of disengagement at Pangong Lake, the Chinese moved back from Finger 4 to Finger 5, but continued with its deployment on the ridgeline. India too pulled back from Finger 4, where troops from both sides had been in an eyeball-to-eyeball situation. Between Finger 5 and Finger 8, China strengthened its positions, brought in more boats and set up huts for the winter. In the 5th round of Corps Commander level talks last Sunday, the situation in Pangong Lake, the biggest flashpoint in the 3-month-old standoff, was the main focus. Even after that 5th round of talks, the disengagement between both sides is woefully incomplete.
Sources say there is no question of India diluting its stand by moving back in the Pangong Lake, as this will amount to alteration of status quo, something that India does not want. In fact, it's very clear now that China is being rigid and has put these conditions to ensure that the standoff continues. In wake of this, there have been several meetings in the security establishment to decide what the future strategy will be. Abhishek Bhalla in New Delhi for India Today.
Defense editor Abhishek Bhalla with us on that story. Abhishek, the first question that comes to my mind is, why has the Ministry of Defense pulled that particular note from its website? It was a note, yes, it did make claims about those transgressions, which you and I, of course, have been reporting from earlier, but this is the first time that the government has admitted as such. But why has it pulled that document from the website? That's even worse.
Shiv, my guess is that it's because of the political row that has triggered after this note came up on the website. That could be one of the reasons. The other is, of course, the fact that, a lot of details have been put on record for the first time by India, and that too through the Ministry of Defence. So, for example, the chronological order of events, it clearly mentions 5th of May as the date when the standoff started. It mentions 17th and 18th of May when there were incidents at Pangong. So it's clearly a very, very detailed account of the things that have taken place over the last 3 months. And in that backdrop, perhaps the Ministry of Defence felt that it was inadvertent on their part to put this out in public domain. Obviously, a lot of embarrassment has been caused to a few there. But whatever was stated, Shiv, I can tell you, is quite factual. And that's what is important, because we've been reporting facts here. And this completely is in sync with what India Today has been reporting all this while on the India-China standoff, and more specifically about the situation at Pangong Lake. It seems the deadlock is not going to end, and with these new conditions that China has put, it's a stalemate as of now.
Abhishek, thank you very much for getting us the latest on that. So the Ministry of Defence, interestingly, choosing to pull that document from its website. But this is the age of social media, the internet, and of course there is the Streisand effect. For viewers who may not know what that is, please Google it. You'll understand what I mean. The Streisand effect, when you try and remove something or delete something once it's already out there.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.